Hey, welcome back to the channel. Well, since last time I saw you, I've made about 3 new baits. I made this one right here. Ow. This one right here. And this one, which I'm really proud of, hand-painted skeleton lure. But this is going to be the topic of today's video. As you know, it's spooky season. It's October, my favorite month. And I want to make about an orange skeleton lure like this, hand painted, because airbrush, I'm not good at that. I was working last night after my football game. I was working on this lure right here. Pretty big fat old boy. Yeah. Anyways, the garage is a mess, as it always is. Got a new shirt, had it made. Let's go make some lures. Alright, I just got back from testing this lure, which I didn't put split hooks on. I just wrapped a little piece of wire around here because it's a pain in the butt to get split hooks off. And it has zero action, no action. So I think we're gonna spend the beginning of this video fixing this lure before we start making another one. What I think this lure needs is it needs a bill, because the front keeps floating up like this. Depending on how I retrieve it, it goes this or this. And I think it's because either the hooks are too heavy and there's no bill and no reason for it to catch water. So when I'm fishing with it, so I had to add this other hook because the this one, it would just retrieve like this. So I had to add it here like this, but then it would just kind of like come off to the side and go like that. So it needs a bill to catch water, which I really didn't want to, because that's a pain in the butt too. But ow, but let's just make a bill. It's pretty easy. I'll get some. All right, so the plastic I use, this crap called Optics. Picked it up at Lowe's. You can see I've already cut some pieces out of it from using it in the past. So I'm gonna show you how I cut these out. All right, so we got our lure. We got this glass crap. Let's get this stuff back. And we have a dime. So what the dime's for is for tracing out like a perfectly round round tip. So I will first, I do it before I install these hooks or whatever line ties I'm using, so it will lay flat. But I just wanted to see, like, you know, earlier I was saying how I wanted to see if it would do it without it. Anyway, I mark the width. Oh shoot, that's bad. Of the lure, so it's about that wide is how wide this bill is gonna have to be. I'm gonna straighten this out, and let's take this over the saw. I was not satisfied with the way that looked, so I just drew a different one. All right, turn the saw on, and you gotta plug it in, of course. Holy crap, that was kind of scary. I did not know this stuff was prone to cracking under pressure. Whew, okay, well, I'm just going to stop the camera before I hurt myself. Okay, due to some problems I've had due to the stupid stuff cracking and shooting parts everywhere, almost cut out an eye. Luckily I was wearing these safety glasses right here. I've gotten this fit in here, cut it out with this Dremel, cut a line in here. And here's the part where I'll be cutting out with the Dremel and this really cool little rock tool. It like smooths out the glass, but this, it makes like a smooth edge. So that's a nice little discovery I've made. I think before I do this, I'm gonna take like 20 minutes to clean up my workstation, because this is really annoying me, all this stuff just being everywhere. So I'll be right back to you in like 20 minutes for me, like 1 second for you. So I discovered a little technique while using this glass stuff, or whatever you want to call it, this plastic. When I was using this saw, I remember how it busted on me and made these big old shards and about cut me in the eye. Well, I realized if you take a piece, where'd that piece go? If you take a piece and you take a chisel and you mark a line with it and hit it with a hammer, like bang, 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 it creates a line. And then you can come over here and put it in the clamp and you get a perfectly straight, usually perfectly straight 90% of the time. Every time I do it off camera, perfectly straight. As soon as I do it on camera, that happens. But I can just grind that down with here and then stick it in the lure. Well, I got the lip in there, and then I filled in that hole at the top where the old screw used to be with epoxy. So right now this light's just sitting here carrying it in this box right here over this clamp. So I went to Lowe's with my dad to pick up some prescriptions for my brother, and we stopped by Walmart. Why did I say Lowe's? Sorry, we went to Lowe's and Walmart. Bought some pipe at Lowe's, to make a pool cover because it's cheaper to build a pool cover than to buy one. And then I also bought, so while we were picking up some prescriptions because I didn't want to wait in line, I bought some, June bug worms, and we're going to melt those down in a future video. So you can stay tuned for that if you want. I don't know what June bug is. June bug's like a purple color. Kind of got this bluish tint because of all this really cool flake, which I think is awesome. What's that behind your ear? Here, let me get that for you. Oh, hey, you got one of these. Oh, wait. What's that? Is it? Bruh, you got like a bunch of those under there. These are gonna be some fun remelt, but that's for another video. Not today. The lure split in half. When I moved this thing back, I put a weight in the bottom, and when I was drilling it, I hit this up here. The entire thing split in half. But luckily, I saved it. I was able to just crush it back together in the clamp and then super glue this. So super glue saved our butts, and there's a little bit of lead in the stomach too, because I wanted to be able to dive a little bit deeper, because this is just a big old boy and I wanted to be a deep diver. And then I'll put some weight on the line too. That'll help make it go down. Anyways, I'm thinking putting another layer of epoxy on here just to seal it up one last time, because you can kind of see. I get that to focus. Get my face out of the. Yeah, maybe if I get my face. There we go. Come on. Okay, whatever. Anyways, there's a big old crack down the middle. Yeah. So I'm gonna put another layer of epoxy on here just to seal it all up, and then we can paint it. And let's get those Halloween themes in here, because I'm not making another lure. So I'm gonna show you how I put epoxy on my lures. What I do is I take a glove, and because I don't want to waste like paintbrushes or whatever, I take I put one on my finger and I cut it off. Then I take my epoxy, get my epoxy. It's 2 parts hardener, 2 parts epoxy, I guess. So epoxy, hardener, and you just kind of, there's really no need to measure it out. You just kind of put them next to each other, and if they look about the same, it should be good. And I kind of like the way epoxy smells. I know some people think it smells, like my parents always say it smells when they walk out here and I'm epoxying something. But I kind of like the way it smells. Not like I'm getting high on it or anything, which I don't know if you can, but. So anyway, you mix up your epoxy real good. You take your lure, and you basically just get a big old glob on your finger and start running it on your lure. And depending on how thick you want it. Oh, shoot, crap. Alright, the epoxy has hardened. You can't see my face because the camera's up there, but I didn't want to, like, I don't know. My work table's always a mess. It's never not a mess. There's just worms everywhere. There's melting cups with, like, crap in it. There's a GoPro that I lost for, like, 3 weeks. It's been up here this entire time. Yeah, there's all this junk down here. But anyways, we're going to paint this lure orange, because that's what color I want to paint it. Orange. I finished painting the lure, and now for the grand reveal. Bam, it's done. Yeah. That's great. Alright, well, I finished the lure. It is done. Got a bone pattern. Marling Baits, watch out, I'm coming for your job, buddy. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's done, and I'm ready. Dude, this looks bad. It's not equal, I mean, but if you're looking at it from the side, looking good. So this blue one. This side's better, though. Now for the 5th and final round of epoxy. I don't know why, but people do not like 5-minute epoxy. They're like, you're wasting your time. Don't use 5-minute epoxy. Use 20-minute epoxy. Well, I'm using 5-minute epoxy because I'm impatient. So we're out of the pool with the 2 new skeleton lures. They're both finished. They are done. Here's the one from before, and here's the Halloween one, if it'll focus on them. And here's the pool cover I was talking about we're making. It's not done yet. We just laid it out over the pool to see if it was big enough. Which it's not, it's kind of flimsy, so we're going to have to put some bigger, thicker PVC pipe around this PVC pipe, because that adapter only comes in that 1/2-inch size pipe. Shut up, goats. So yeah, let's test out these lures. Okay, first up is the orange lure. Oh, yeah, look how good it sinks. Yeah, look at that action. That's good action. Yes. Let's see. Oh, dang it. It got tangled up on itself. Yeah, look at that wobble. Good wobble. And a good sink. Yeah, I might have to put some weights on the line when I'm actually fishing with this in the next video. But yeah, that looks good. Alright, y'all, it's time for the blue lure, the blue skeleton lure. I had some weights in the line because I'm pretty sure I forgot to put weight in this one. Yeah. This one's got some weird looking action. You see that? Like, very special. Sink, boom. Shoot, these pipes are messing me up. Before I could cast to the other side of the pool and be just fine, but now it's like, hey, thanks for watching, and October 31st, I'm going to be fishing with these videos, which, I mean, the videos can come out October 31st. So hit that subscribe button for that. See ya.